Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing quite a different video. Today I'm going to be giving you guys 5 tips. I think it's 6 tips, sorry. I'm going to give you some tips anyway on how to get out of gold and into platinum. So as you can see here, I've got a few tips. I'll just flash them as a little sneak peek. I would say the average person who plays Rocket League is probably in like maybe gold 1, gold 2 standard. And then maybe someone who plays a little bit more is in like the platinum area. First one I'm going to give is give space to teammates, and especially if you're playing with a twos partner that you know personally, try and give space to each other. Separate yourself out on the pitch. Obviously overlap here and there, but don't be ball chasing the whole game. Don't get right in behind because if you're right behind them, you can't really offer anything more than what they can do in theory. If you're in space, they might be able to hit a cross in and then you can go tap it in or something like that. But yeah, that's probably my number one tip, is give space to teammates. Just kind of imagine there's a little bubble around each player on the pitch and you don't want to be interfering in each other's bubbles. So yeah, that's my first tip. Second tip, this is more of something that you have to work on yourself. I can't really give you much help on this, but it's get good on the walls. Now, you don't have to be amazing, you don't have to be able to like run up the wall, jump off, turn around and flick the ball away and stuff like that, but just learn how to be able to hit the ball on the wall. The best way that I'll show you like a little example, is just go into the training and just basically hit the ball at the wall and try and read it. Or there's lots of trainings out there which you can do. This is a very good tip, because if you can be dominant on the walls, you have such an advantage over most people in gold. Because most people in gold, I remember being in like gold 1, even up until like platinum 2, I'd say, just not being able to hit the ball on the wall very well. Still not great, but you get much better the more you play. But the best way you can kind of fast track your way into getting good at it is just go into training, just kind of dribble the ball up onto the wall and then just try and hit it towards the goal and stuff like that. That's probably a close second tip, but it's very, very important, especially in gold 2, because it can easily fast track you up into platinum. Now my third tip, I won't stay on this very long, but play simple. In gold, you don't have to know how to do air dribbles, you don't know how to do backboard. Well, backboard aerials would help you a lot if you could get good at them. They would literally destroy, but don't focus on that stuff. This is just personal preference. Other people might tell you different. They might say, oh, learn how to air dribble, because if you can learn how to air dribble, they're not going to be able to defend it, and that way it can go straight in the net, which is a very valid point, and I can completely understand that. But I will say, play simple, especially in the lower ranks, because just learning how to do the basics better than your opponents is much more important or valuable than knowing how to do an air dribble or air drags, backboard aerials, backwards flying and stuff like that, because it's not needed. You can score much easier and more simple goals, which are easier, and there's normally a better option than air drag, or doing an air drag anyway. So yeah, learn to play simple. Try not to do too much crazy stuff when you're in the lower ranks, because it's not needed. And yeah, my fourth tip is learning how to pass. Now, this is something that in gold can be hard, but if you have a twos partner, you can definitely work on this. So if you solo queue like me, I don't actually have a friend that's like around my rank that I play with often. So if you're someone who solo queues, don't worry about this too much in the gold ranks. Obviously in the high rank you do, but learning how to pass, especially if you have someone that you play with like day in, day out or something like that, learn how to play off each other, learn how to pass, learn how to get in position for passing, because like I said, if you can learn how to pass, doing simple things like just doing a sweaty goal, if you want to call it that, from FIFA, will just absolutely ruin goalkeepers in gold. So learning how to pass is good, especially if you can learn how to hit the ball very far, so for example, if the ball's coming towards you, if you can learn how to hit the ball high and far, like every single time, that will benefit you a lot. It will get the ball away from your goal and into your teammate and stuff like that. So yeah, learn how to pass, that will help you a lot. And that's a decent tip. Like I said, it's nothing crucial, but it's just tiny little things that will help you get higher up in gold. Now, my fifth tip, the second last tip, is goal keep sideways. Now, this might sound a bit stupid, and I'll show you like an example real quick, but when you're in goal, I don't do this every single time, but do this a lot of the time. So when you're in the goal, position your car sideways to the ball. Now, it sounds stupid, and it might be a bit awkward to do it first, but it will help you a lot, because I think Mason Rocket League 90, I think his name is, did a video on this, and he'll show you like all the degrees and angles and stuff. It helps you. He goes into like super detail, but it gives you a more scope to save the ball. Because if you're facing directly at the ball, I'll show you like an example. If you're stood directly at the ball, someone hits it to your left or your right, all you can do is side flip to the left or to the right. I did that the wrong way around, but anyway. Whereas if you're sideways, you can literally go drive forwards the whole way or drive backwards the whole way of the goal. So like I said, you don't want to be in the sideways position all the time, because sometimes it is better when you would just drive at your opponent and trying to challenge them. But do try and learn how to sit in sideways in the goal. And if someone's going for an air dribble or an aerial or something like that, try and stay touching the goalpost of the opposite way they're going to shoot, if that makes sense. That way you can cover the whole goal before they actually take their shot. Kind of confusing, but learning how to do it, and I will try and just put some footage in while I'm speaking over of examples, but it will help you out a lot, so I definitely recommend trying to learn it. My final tip is something that's probably shouldn't be this low down. It's probably the second, maybe third most important tip. Now, it's not crucial for goals, but it definitely will help you out a lot, and it's learning how to half flip, So half flip is incredibly easy to learn, and it's the thing is, it seems really complicated when you don't know how to do it, but once you can do it, it's so easy to do. So learning how to half flip, again, I think Mason Rockley does a tutorial on it. There's so many tutorials out there. I'll quickly show you how to do it. Okay guys, I've recorded this twice. First time I forgot to record it, second time I forgot a step. So we're gonna start this properly this time. So the first step you wanna do, you wanna go over to your controls. You wanna change your air roll left to L3. You can change it to something else, but I highly recommend it's L3. It makes it so much more simple. Then you want to change your actual air roll, which I think is right next to it. Yeah, you want to change your actual air roll to either L2 or L1 or one of the triggers. I have it on L2. Some people have L1, just personal preference. But once you've done that, then what you want to do is you want to start learning how to backflip. So I'm guessing by the time you've reached gold, you know how to backflip. But if you don't, then yeah, just practice backflipping. You should know how to do it by now. Then once you're comfortable in backflipping, which you should be, you want to backflip, and once you get about halfway, you want to hold up like that. So you want to backflip and hold up, and just keep doing that. You can keep going backwards and forwards like that, and backflipping, holding up on the analog stick, so you land on your back. Once you can do that, that's when you want to start moving on to the actual half flip. And once you can do that, you've pretty much learned how to half flip anyway. And you may feel a bit stupid doing this in the arena over and over, because you're not really it just looks a bit stupid at the end of the day. But I highly recommend you keep practicing this until you have it on lockdown, because otherwise you're not going to be able to do the half flip comfortably or confidently. So I know a lot of people would just skip this step and just go straight into learning how to half flip, but I highly recommend you just keep doing this over and over. Once you feel comfortable, then you want to click down your L3, and that is literally the half flip. So you do the back flip, hold up, click L3 while you're on your back, and that is literally the half flip, guys. So I know I kind of did a big jump, and it might seem a little bit ridiculously complex, but I promise you, once you've learned how to do it, once you can land it 5 in a row, you'll be able to smash it, and you can just do so much with the half flip. Yeah, instead of messing up, then you can now half flip, and now you're on the attack, as you can see, and you can go score a goal. So yeah, it's a pretty simple thing. Just look back. There's many more detailed tutorials on YouTube, such as Mason Rockley, who I mentioned earlier. And yeah, that's literally what you want to do. Backflip, hold up, click L3 down, and that will be your turn. So you just keep doing that, and once you can maybe do it all the way across the pitch, confidently, maybe then start trying it in games. Don't try and overuse it, because sometimes you don't actually have to do a half flip. But when you feel confident, in free training doing it, try and bring it into the games, and you'll see that you can do so much more. And yeah, that's one of the better tips. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, it's nothing crucial in the lower ranks, but it'll definitely help you out in the high ranks. So learn how to do it early on. And yeah, so yeah, that is it for the video, guys. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's all of my tips. So quick recap: give space to teammates. Very, very important. Imagine a bubble around your teammates. Get good on the walls. You can do that in training. I showed you examples of that. Play simple. Learn how to pass, especially if you play with someone regularly. Goal keep sideways, so position your car sideways to the ball. It gives you more scope for of the pitch and stuff like that. It gives you more angles to save the ball. And learn how to half flip. A very, very important one. Probably the second most important one, especially if you plan on going far in the ranks. If you're just a casual player, don't worry too much. If you plan on going far in the ranks, definitely learn how to half flip. It will help you a lot. But that is my 6 tips to get out of gold and into platinum, guys. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see me do one for platinum into diamond, which I have reached diamond on my main account actually, so I could do a few tips for that. So if you're interested in that, let me know down below. If you want me to do more detailed tips about how to half flip, about aerials, backwards aerials, air dribbles, stuff like that, let me know. I'd definitely be down to make some tutorials because I'd love to help you guys out. I know there's a lot of people who watch me who are lower rank than me or around my rank. There's not many people who watch me who are higher rank. I know there's one person called Daedals who's absolutely insane on the game. I think he's like Champ 2 or something. So fair play to him. But anyway, that's my 6 tips. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like on the video. If it helped you out, obviously let me know in the comments down below. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Let me know if you want to see more tutorial videos like this. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope you have a great day and peace.